gentlemen, it's time to talk about DraftMasters baseball on Fantasy Baseball, Baseball, Baseball. I'm Dan O'Day along with Steve Romano. Hey, Steve.
How you doing, Dan?
I'm doing well because we are talking baseball, and we're talking about my favorite league. That's a Roto league that I'm in. It's the DraftMasters.
Draft Masters Fantasy Baseball, year 19, live in Vegas, fantasy auction draft. 10 guys. We have a live auctioneer. We got the draft board projected on the big screen. Yeah, we have keepers, 30-man rosters, a minor league slot, 4 IL slots. It's pretty deep for a 10-team league with so many roster slots.
Absolutely. We got the two catchers and the left, center, right, outfield, and the middle infielder and quarter infielder. So it's a great league. It's fun. A lot of people we know, we've known them, friends of ours. We're all still friends, and let's get right into it because the commissioner of the league is still in first place, the Baseball Furies.
Baseball Fury, Zach. I mean, it seems like, I guess what, it's probably been a consecutive daily 3-week span
Yep.
at this point.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
where
This is what we
he's
were talking
been
about. Yep, 3.
and he's been in first by like a good distance. Like the distance between 2 and 5 or 2 and 6 is how far he is out in first.
Absolutely. And, the thing about him is his batting is great. He's got a great offensive team. He has 43 batting points.
Jeez.
But, Steve, I want
And
to point out that he's really high. We've talked about how much ahead he is in a few categories, right? Homers, runs,
yeah.
and ribbies. I'm only 15 home runs behind him now.
Oh,
Now, that's a lot, but it was like 25, 30.
yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. And I'm telling you, I mean, I think I mentioned it one week during this year. Last year, at one point, I mean, earlier in the year, I had like a 36 RBI lead. I was in first, and I think I finished like fifth in
Wow.
RBI last year.
So
Yeah,
with
it just all fell apart.
half the season to go, we're at the halfway mark. I went through most teams have played 84, 85. There are a couple teams played 81. So we're at the halfway mark. Anything can happen, really, because we go all the way at the end in Roto of like head to head, which ends early because then they have the matchups for the playoffs during the season. So he's got 77 total points, 34 pitching points with those 43 batting points. And Seatown in second, last year's champ, and the year before, tied with you, is in second with 70 points, 37 batting points, and 33 pitching points. So pretty darn good.
I mean, so far this year, I do think Mike has done the best daily managing job. I think at least he's gotten the best results out of his moves, right? I mean, he's very active. He's been bitten by injuries. He
Yeah.
didn't have a lot of money to spend at the auction, so he had to kind of go bargain shopping. He did well with the money he had. He's done as good as you can with the streaming pitching he's done. He's done great at managing his missing time with his IL players. I think Mike's done a great job this year.
Absolutely. He's in second place with 70 points. And speaking of IL players, Acuna Jr. from Atlanta on the IL. Freed, pitcher on the IL. Crochet, pitcher on the IL. And even Glasnow, pitcher on the IL. So those are 4 top-notch IL players for him.
Yeah. And he's had others too. A couple just one comes back, another one goes on. It's been kind of revolving door for him.
Absolutely. So he's in second place. I'm in third place with 69 points. The Stony Scrappers, 34 batting points, 35 pitching points, pretty even. So that's been nice. Highland Park Crushers is 3 points behind me in fourth place with 66. They have 41 pitching points, but only 25 batting points.
Yeah.
But
Their
they just
pitching
made
has
a
been
trade for
hanging in
hitting.
there.
They just made a trade for hitting, remember?
Oh, yeah. Traded away a lot of pitching for hitting
Yes, we talked
upgrade.
about last week how maybe didn't need to give up 3 top starters, but did. So we'll see if those numbers start to change from the batting for Highland Park. You are next with 63 total, 63 and a half total points. You also low in batting at 26, but high in pitching with 37 and a half points.
My pitching, there's a few of those stats like wins, ERA, and WHIP. I've fallen back into a little bit of a pack, and in There's a few couple of stats in bad, and I mean hitting are the same. So I'm at that realm. There's a bunch of us, obviously, because 2 through 5 are like changing all the time. But yeah, I mean, I could lose another 5 points over a couple days. I could gain 7 points in a day. You
Wow.
know?
Yeah, it's pretty volatile still right now, halfway through the season. And it is the top five that are interchanging. It used to be the top six, but Ape has fallen down to 52 points, only 21 and a half batting points, 30 and a half pitching points. Apocalypse Now down to sixth place, 52 points.
Rick, yes, he's been slumping. He had one the other day when I was looking at all of us jumping around. Everyone in the top five. It's like, plus 1.5, minus 2.5, plus 2, minus 0.5. Like everybody's moving around. And Rick had a minus 5.5 day this week.
That,
Yeah.
just 3 weeks ago, Baseball Furies was still in first place, but I think Ape was like in fifth or fourth. I mean, seriously, 3, 4 weeks ago. So that has been a pretty big fall for Ape the last 3 to 4 weeks. Baldy has risen to 48 points. I think he's come up. That's higher than Baldy was, correct?
Yeah, it is. It's hard to keep track of what's going on over there. We'll have to let's tackle that before we get off this podcast.
Well, Baldy has 36 batting points and 12 pitching points.
Ooh.
That's I mean, now Baldy just had a trade with me. We'll get into that and got a pretty good starter, but 12 pitching points and from a team who historically in the standings is usually pretty good in the pitching category.
But also, don't forget, he got out into a huge innings amount that he was using, and he was on pace for like 1,600 innings. So he had to trim it back a lot. So he's probably been trimming his innings thrown for about a month now.
Well, it is paid off. I think he's pretty much back in the thick of things, if I remember. And just to let you know, um, his highest ranked starter is 75, Gray. So, yeah, tough year pitching
Yeah,
for Baldy.
yeah. I mean, for the amount of innings he's thrown, to only have 12 points out of all those innings that's not good.
Then 8, 9, and 10 is Tommy Baseball with 44 and a half points, Slugger with 44 points. So, they're not that far behind Ape in sixth place. And then Big Al Longball with 16 points, 8 pitching, and 8 batting points accumulated for 16. That is your leaderboard 1 through 10. Man, the top five are still really interchangeable.
Oh, absolutely. And for me, also with my thing last year, I had a run where I was down there in the 40s, right? Like I was a 7, 8, 9 team last year. And then after the All-Star break, I got some waiver pickups picked up. Some guys who were stinky started playing better. And I made it as high as fifth. And I was within smelling distance of fourth. And I was kind of like, wow, this would be awesome after how my year was for the first half of the year. And but then literally like the last 3 weeks of the season, it all got undone. It
Yeah,
didn't work. But I am
but
just pointing out, like, it can be done because I almost pulled it off
absolutely.
last year.
I pulled it off. I don't know what year. We've been going on for, 19 years now. So, and in the beginning, I was one of the elite teams. Not for a while now. That's since 2017. But I one year, I don't want to say at the All-Star break, but pretty much at halfway point, I was in the 40s. I was like at seventh, eighth, or ninth. I really was. And I remember I finished that year in the top three, I think second. So it can be
Hmm.
done. I did do it. I couldn't tell you the year. If we had all the numbers in front of us, we go look it up. But so I think Baldy, who's coming up, Tommy Baseball, and Sluggers are still. And listen, Sluggers and Baldy just made trades to improve their team. Sluggers just traded for some pitching, got 3 really good ones. So that could change things for
Yeah,
Sluggers.
absolutely it could. 3 top 100 pitchers, starters who have innings, not injured. Yeah.
Yeah. So I agree with you. Anything can happen with half the year to go yet. There was a big trade. we can just talk about it as we come across it. We can go over a few of the pickups in the past week. Anything that
Yeah, let's
sticks
go to
out.
transactions.
Yeah, we don't want to go
Um,
through all of them, but there's a Tuesday. Well, on Wednesday that trade went through. The trade we're talking about. Sluggers got Foster Griffin, Jacob DeGrom, and Jose Soriano, and Paul
what
Goldschmidt,
day
who
was that
plays
on?
well. That was Wednesday, the 24th. Nothing really happened Tuesday. So big trade Sluggers. It went through that day on Wednesday. Got all four of those players and gave up Alonso and Caballero.
Which was good, yeah, because we liked it a lot because it was perfectly flip flopped. Yep,
Yep.
like the hitter. One team was strong in hitting, one team was strong in
Yep.
pitching. It made sense. Yeah, I really like that for Hunter. But also, there's no denying that Alonso and Caballero can definitely help Garrett's offense, and he needs help.
Absolutely. And stolen bases, I think, is a close category. So Caballero will give you that. And Alonso's having a good year, really. Anything else jump out at you?
No.
Taj Bradley
Well,
was dropped.
Baldy,
He threw well, pretty
Baldy,
well.
Baldy picking up Sonny Gray for $3, and he took a no hitter into the 8th inning yesterday. Right, that was pretty good.
I believe that's Baldy's top ranked pitcher, just to let you know.
Yeah. He picks. Oh, you got Bryson Stott. Yeah. Drop Detmers. That's a peculiar thing.
I had a lot of pitchers. Detmers is, pitching well, but does explode. Last start exploded. Stott plays second, shortstop backup. So I did that. Seatown still streaming starters. Mackenzie Gore picked up.
I think it's definitely the third team, might be the fourth team that's had Mackenzie Gore so far this year.
I love it. I got to go to this pickup by Baldy, just because the guy's name is Jesus Made, or you could read it Jesus Made. Um,
Yes.
he's a minor league shortstop from Milwaukee. Jesus Made was picked up by
I
Baldy, and Ryan Helsley was dropped on
I
Thursday.
think it's yeah, I love it. I saw that too, Jesus made. I think it's Made.
I know
Jesus
it's Jesus
Made.
Made, but if you look at it, Steve, it says Jesus Made. I'm just saying.
Yes, he does. Well, that's a good thing that you brought up, say that, because I was looking at Baldy's team because he offered me a trade, one that I let sit for a while because I was like, oh, let me get to my laptop. I'm not doing this on my phone. And it was pretty good. I thought about countering. So I went to his team and I was looking at his team, right? Doing some legitimate research. Like, can I do something here? And I saw he's got a stack of minor leaguers.
Yeah, I was
as his
about to bring
reserve
that up.
hitters right now,
I was about to bring that up because there's a
right?
trade coming up. He gets another one. He made a trade with me and he got one.
Yeah, so I'm looking at these guys and I understand they are legitimate blue chip, high ranked prospects, but you can't be. A couple of the ones he has are like in single A. Like, what are
What?
you doing?
Oh,
Yeah, they're in single A.
is Jesus Made Jose Made? Is he in single A?
Yes, yes, Jesus Made is in single A. So I'm like, look, it's one thing if you're holding on a guy who's in triple A. Obviously, those are the best ones. Or maybe a rare double A guy, because teams do sometimes promote straight from double A. And if the guy's super elite, he's worth holding on to. I just can't think of a reason to hold on to a minor league prospect who's 19 years old in single A, right? That doesn't make any sense.
Even if his name is Jesus Made. He also has
Well,
Ellie. I'm just
that does
saying.
add some. It adds some, yes.
Ellie Willits is another guy he has, and I just clicked
That's
on
the other
Ellie
one.
Willits, and he just got promoted to high A in the beginning of June.
Exactly. So, I mean, look, you can't just go to the top prospects to stash list because some of those are talking about dynasty leagues too, right? In
Yeah.
a dynasty league, that makes sense, right? But in this league, those guys, come on. You're
Not those
wasting
guys.
roster spots,
His
man.
other two are legit. Baez he traded for, and Lara from Milwaukee. Baez from St. Louis. Those are
Those,
legit. They're
abs-
legit.
yeah, absolutely. Baez should be the next stud to get called up. And the guy from the Brewers, is one of those guys that they signed to a long-term deal before he ever stepped foot in a big league clubhouse. So yeah, those guys are legit.
That is, and then we get right into it. Coming up on transactions was the trade that went through between Seatown and Baldy got Baez and Ketel Marte, Josh Jung, and Jake Bowers, and he traded away Trey Turner, Gavin Williams, and Kyle Tucker. So he traded away some big names, but both Kyle Tucker and Trey Turner playing like they usually do.
No, they're playing bad. I mean, even in the context of Kyle Tucker, what is he on pace for? Like 15 homers and
Yeah,
17 steals or something, you know?
yeah.
Um, this is a 30-30 guy. He's not doing good. Trey Turner's not doing good. Like, I really went in and looked at that trade, and Baldy even sent me a text on the side being like, did I get fleeced in that trade? And I kind of was like, no, I don't think you did. I mean, I don't like it, but when I looked at what everybody's doing, how they're trending, I kind of think it's pretty fair. I
That's
don't
what
have
I
a
said
problem
to
with
him.
that trade.
He also asked me, and I appreciate that. He's like, I made this big trade. Did I mess up? So he asked you, he asked me, who maybe he asked other people. But listen, Kyle Tucker is on pace for 90 runs and 88 ribbies. So, it's not horrible. 14
That's
homers, 12 stolen bases. He's batting 239.
Yeah. So at the moment, a perennial 5 tool player, or a 5 stat player, I guess, let's say that, is only giving you 2 stats for whatever reason at the moment. You
Uh,
know?
But in Seatown's defense and or good trade because you're like Trey Turner, Kyle Tucker, known entities. More than likely, their second halves will be better than their first half.
Oh, yes. I wanted to make a comment like it's like Mike's playing the long game in his crypto investing. Like,
Right.
like he's literally like, I know what I'm doing. Thanks. you know?
And Gavin
And he
Williams was,
probably
yeah,
does.
he does. That's what I'm saying. I bet Tucker and Turner. That sounds like a detective show. The Tucker and Turner, they will probably have better second halves. Gavin Williams, the other pitcher and player involved with that trade Seatown got. So a good haul for Seatown. I don't think a bad trade for Baldy when it comes to numbers wise. And this Joshua Baez is supposed to. I mean, he's just eating up AAA.
Yeah, and Ketel Marte is no slouch either.
Nope, not at
Like,
all.
I mean, he did give up. I mean, and Turner and Tucker, I mean, in general rankings preseason, Marte is not too far behind those guys, right?
No,
I
I don't
mean,
think so. I don't think so at all. So that was very interesting. Trades gone. They went through. Any other interesting pickups to trade?
dude, 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 what is going
Is it
to?
Ginn or Jin for Seatown picked up? He's streaming pitchers. Picked up the
Yeah.
A's, dropped McGreevy. We might as well bring up all his starting pitcher streams. Um,
Oh, there was a few RP Schultz guys that got shuffled around. This guy from the Padres, Adrian Morejon, who
yeah,
Zach had dropped a couple weeks ago.
yep,
And then I picked up because I dropped one, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to drop this one and pick up this guy and gave it a run. So
yep.
keep that in mind.
So and also
Uh,
I skipped by drop Kirkering was dropped by Zach and Okert was picked up on that
oh
same
yeah,
day.
exactly. Zach drops Kirkering to pick up the. Oh, and I dropped Morejon. Then we'll get ahead. Sorry, not to jump ahead.
Absolutely,
I
it's
like
okay.
I like the move here. Rick. Oh no, he grabbed Santillan, who's on the
He didn't.
IL.
I don't think he realized he's on the IL because I think he won the IL
Oh
like
wait,
that day.
no, I think he grabbed him first. You're right. Yeah, he grabbed him before he went to the IL. But I liked that move at the time.
At the time because he was getting some saves. Hunter Gaddis, once reliever people wanted on their team, dropped. Not pitching as good, but not pitching horrible this year. I looked him up.
Gary Sanchez dropped. That guy Vargas, the longtime journeyman who was had a breakout 2 months with Arizona, finally dropped.
We got to bring up A picked up Kyle Karras, Eric Karras' son. Austin Wells was dropped. Just want to bring that up. Give Eric Karras a shout out. And then I picked up Kirkering after
Yep, you picked up
Zach dropped him.
Kirkering after Zach had dropped him. Oh, and I had Kirkering at one point too, and I had dropped him. So
Absolutely.
that was like a month ago. And then Zach picks up the guy I had just dropped, who he had once a week before, Marahone from the Padres. So I saw that, it's one of those things you drop guys when they get picked up immediately. It always makes you second guess yourself, especially when
Absolutely.
it's the fucking guy
You're
in the
like,
first
wow, well,
place.
maybe I shouldn't have dropped that pretty good reliever. Once again, when I say more John's name, I see more John. Okay,
More,
so the Peterson relief pitcher was picked up by Apes. The totally revolving relief pitcher door that keeps going. Pitchers getting picked up and dropped, and then the big trade. I traded away Luis Lara, minor leaguer, high upside. Kyle Teal, catcher, just came off the IL. JJ Bleday, starting for Cincinnati, batting second or third. Started hot, starting to cool down. And Peyton Tole, I included him in the package. He's been pitching well for Boston. And I got Brandon Marsh back.
yes, and I understand why you did it, taking names and personal feelings and not feeling about like, did I win the trade? Did I lose it? Am I overpaying? I'm fairly confident. We've played fantasy baseball long enough now. You're very good at just looking at numbers and being like, if I can get these numbers, they will help me.
Absolutely. I
And
wanted Brandon Marsh's average. I picked up Arias because I'm in last place in average, but I think with half a season left, I can rise, and I can even rise 7, 8 points in average. So we'll see. I got rid of Machado, who's hit a couple home runs, but low average, and picked up a couple high average guys. Listen, the guy who I mean Tole, is it Tole? He's a guy who's been pitching
totally.
well for me. Yeah, he's a guy I added. I had three for one, then I added Tole, made it a four for one. I don't like losing Teal. He was actually starting over Salvi a couple games. I have two good catchers though. I have Dingler, Luis Lara, high upside, but he's a minor leaguer. So really, and Blade and Marsh interchangeable. Marsh having a better season. He's a top 40 player, I believe, or top 50 player. I wanted Marsh's average. He's going to give me non-stolen bases. As you know, stolen base category is really bunched up. I don't mind overpaying for getting people I like. I've done that historically, and I wanted Marsh. I don't know if I'm right for wanting him so much,
Hey,
but I got him.
there there are only currently 9 players in baseball with qualifying at bats for the batting title who are hitting at least 300. Only fucking 9 of them,
And he's hitting
you know?
321,
And he's hitting 321.
and
I
his
mean,
12 homers and 8 stolen bases are nothing to sneeze at.
no, exactly. I mean, if that guy gives, yes, his homers and stolen bases are good. He's like in the top 5 of the Phillies lineup with Schwarber and Harper, Trey Turner, Stott, Bohm. I mean, so there. That's the thing. He's hitting 320 and he's getting a lot of at bats because that
Yeah.
lineup turns over a lot.
Well,
You
I'll tell
know?
you what, Donnie Baseball, manager of the Phillies, has made a couple guys that were platooning more play more. Both Marsh sits against some lefties, but Marsh and Stott are playing more regularly since Donnie Baseball took over. And listen, it's a good trade for Baldy. Luis Lara, a guy you possibly upside. Kyle Teal, I think, is a top 8 or 10 catcher, to be honest with you, going forward if healthy. Totally, as we mentioned, he needs pitching. We brought up how Baldy has low pitching points, so maybe Peyton can help him. And Blood Day is worth a shot. He's got like what 16 homers or something, or 13 homers.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean, realistically, yeah, that's what I'm saying. For Baldy, who
13 homers.
it was down in the rankings, right? He's in that 44 ranking of 7, 8, 9, and he's talking about building for next year already, looking for young, cheap guys for next year. Because all of his expensive guys have been underperforming, right? That's why
Right.
he's trading them away. The way he could spin it is like, okay, I'm going to downgrade from Brandon Marsh, who we all know who Brandon Marsh is. We know what he's doing this year, but
Is better
he's
than
got
he's
to,
ever played, but he's doing
yeah,
it.
he's doing it, but he does have a track record.
Yep.
So I'm trading Brandon Marsh and I'm downgrading to JJ Bleday, who's playing well at the moment, colder the past couple of weeks, but he's playing well. And to do that downgrade, you're giving me Peyton Toley And Kyle Keel, I get it. And they and the Milwaukee prize minor leaguer to put in my minor leagues.
Yeah, as you mentioned before, they signed him to a 7-year, $31 million contract already.
Yeah, like he's already part of their long-term plan. Whether or not it turns out, who knows? But he is. And so like I said, I think that's a good deal for Baldy. Obviously, you're not clicking decline if that trade offer is made to you. You're
No,
taking
man.
it. When you're in seventh, eighth, or ninth place, you're absolutely clicking accept.
Yeah, guy's batting 338 with 18 stolen bases and 7 homers in the AAA. So he is doing well. Yeah, I agree. I thought it was a good trade for him. Obviously, I added Tolley, like I said, to get it done. I had the 3-for-1. I was like, well, I really want Morris. No idea. Maybe there's great instincts of getting Morris and doing the exact opposite of Seatown in some ways. Seatown's like, I bet these two players are going to do what they always do and give me better numbers in the second half. Well, I'm hoping Brandon Marsh doesn't do what he always does
Yeah,
and continues to
and
do what he's
stays
been
on a
doing.
heater.
Yeah, exactly. He's on a
Yes.
heater. So I am really taking the exact opposite strategy, um, which is very interesting. So that trade went through. I I don't know. We'll see how it happens, but I think it can help me in the long run. I really liked it. I got a solid outfield finally. You picked up Robbie Ray. He pitched a really good game. I saw you picked him up today, but I noticed he only had 2 strikeouts.
Yeah, that was a bummer for me, and it made me regret it after the fact. But I had already put that claim in earlier
Right.
in the day, right? Because I was just looking, and Will Warren started off great, but he's really tailed off. His whip has been like, almost like two for the past month. It's
Oh,
like he's just putting so many guys on base. He was getting chased early, wasn't picking up wins, even when the Yankees were winning games for him. Um, and I was like, wow, Ray's numbers are really good. The only thing, his K rate was not good for the year, but it was acceptable over the past like 28, 21 days. So I was like,
right.
you know what? I am going to swap them out. I'm going to swap these guys out.
And then
His
Robbie Ray
ERA
gave
had
you, and then you saw that he pitched a really good game, but then you looked at the box score.
yeah, like I was like, oh, fuck, nice. Oh, 2 Ks in 8 innings or whatever it was. I was like,
No
that sounds
runs though, I
fair.
think, or something. He pitched really well.
Yeah, he has pitched well. I mean, exactly. He's one of those guys. There's a few of them out there, and you're like, why are these guys lasting so long on the free agent line? And then you look, and you're like, oh, their K/9 rate is bad. And
Man,
you can't have a starting pitcher give you 150 innings if his K rate is like, 5.7 per nine. You just
yeah.
can't.
Robbie Ray has obviously learned how to change his game. Once more of a strikeout pitcher, Cy Young winner in the past. Now not a strikeout pitcher, but pitching well still. And then, just real quick, long game, Seatown picked up a guy named Condon, Charlie Condon. Don't know anything about him, but he's a minor leaguer for the Rockies, and I'm going to guess he's got some upside.
Yeah, he was a blue chipper that Zach actually had, I think, stashed on his minor league slot for a while, and then he did give up on him. Well, I think he finally got called up. I think, or he was about to get called up. Might be preemptively jumping on that.
Yeah, a little early, but you know what? He had a minor league slot to fill, I'm guessing. And then since I knew my trade was going through last night, so I had some open slots. So I picked up the Lauder, who I had earlier in the season, Mason Barnett, who got 2 saves in the last couple of weeks for the A's, and Emilio Pagan, who put on my IL.
A few things there. I liked your Delauder pickup. I thought of you when he got activated,
Yep.
and I watched the Mariners game yesterday afternoon, and
He
I
had a
saw him in
double,
the
I think.
game. He had a double that scored 2 runs late in the game. Yeah, when the Guardians came back and won it. And yeah, so I figured you'd jump on him first, and you did. I love the Emilio Pagan pickup.
Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, mother. I was like, really? He was out there? Like he wasn't stashed on somebody's IL? Wow. Okay. Kind of
Well,
bummed me out.
yeah, he needed 6 pitches to retire the side in his first outing on Friday in his rehab as he's rehabbing back from injury. So I love putting him on my IL. I picked up the A's guy in my pickup, and then I got to
Well,
bring up
also,
yeah.
also a bunch of the Reds closer options have gotten injured lately. So
Yes.
any type of relief pitcher that would have stood in his way of reclaiming his job instantly is gone.
Yep.
So he is getting that job back the second he gets activated.
Absolutely. So I picked him up. I'm really stoked about that because, saves in the solds category gives you a whole point, not just 0.75 point. And we got to bring up, just because I'm pretty sure he's been picked up and dropped a few times, Josh Bell, picked up by Zach.
You know, I looked him up on my fan graphs thing just yesterday as well because I wanted to see, well, I mean, Michael Bush hasn't exactly been killing it for me in my corner infield slot, and I wanted to evaluate those two. I was like, let me look on some underlying numbers for Michael Bush and Josh Bell. And Josh Bell's weren't good. Like his strikeout rate, his walk rate, his barrel rate, his hard hit rate. It it wasn't good. Like I was like, oh no, I don't want to have anything to do with him. So just to share, let's see if
Well,
he can keep up this good playing because the underlying numbers were not good. They're way worse than Michael Bush.
well, I got
Way
him.
worse.
I got him in front of me, and I'm looking. You brought up a couple things. He's on pace with 71 strikeouts to have the most strikeouts he's ever had in a season. So he is on pace. He is striking out more. You're right. He does have 51 ribbies. He's on pace for 100 ribbies,
Wow.
and he has 41 runs. He's on pace for 80 runs. 16 doubles, on pace for 32 doubles. So but he's batting
You
243.
know,
He's batting 243. But man, 51 ribbies is impressive
yes. Yeah. I'm
for those
there's
numbers.
just
For those numbers.
Well, it's like one time I remember years ago, I was saying something to Baldy, like we were criticizing in the thread, like, Jesus, dude, whatever, that dude's ops is this. Like, what are you doing? And he said something along the lines of like, well, then I'm glad ops isn't a stat we use, right?
Exactly.
And so,
Exactly.
yeah, but when you're just trying to be predictive, I try to use stats that are a bit more predictive. I try. And sometimes you're like, I don't care what that stat's telling me. Look what he's doing. I need them. I need those RBIs and runs. So I get that too. But I just looked yesterday and I was shocked at how bad Josh Bell's underlying numbers were compared to Michael Bush's, who I've
Right.
been completely unsatisfied with. you
Well,
know?
51 ribbies is impressive though in a bad season. So I just wanted to bring up before we get off. It's really tight. I love the league. I love this league. It's very tight. I love that so many people are still involved. And and like we even said, those 48, those mid 40 teams, they can rise. They can be in the top four easily. But I wanted to bring up the Scholz category because you have gone into a very convincing lead in Scholz. It was very tight. A few of us were up there, and you have 84.5 Scholz points.
I noticed that yesterday. Sundays is usually like my big,
Right.
I have time. I'm going to evaluate stuff. And I
And
was like, let me check on my Schultz
show
thing
yeah,
because it does seem like I've been doing good.
84 and a half. The next place is me with 75 and a half. And then Zach was 74 and a quarter, 74.250. So, and then C-Town 71.250. So you have really gone ahead in the Shoals category. And I bring that up because I now have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight guys that I hope will get me Shoals.
I have been rocking with 7 for a long time, but I just went to 6 to
Good,
because
good.
I wanted to I would needed to bolster some of my win capability. So I think I've got one more
Well, that
starting
was,
pitch. Oh no, what it was is I got Brandon Woodruff off the IL.
oh,
And
right.
have
You
you
got a
seen
starter.
his 2 starts?
Yeah.
But his 2 starts were like a shutout over 5 innings and then 1 run over 7.
That guy's pretty amazing. It
Yeah.
seems like whenever he's healthy, he can throw well.
So yeah, I got Woodruff off. I need more wins. I'm doing great on my innings pace. So, and then I was like, oh my goodness, look with my shoulders. Okay, let's run with this for a while. So I downgraded from 7 to 6.
Yeah. So it was a good timing for me to go to eight because maybe I can catch you. I hope so. And then in the win category, I just wanted to bring this up because you just brought up the win category. We have a three-way tie with 53 wins. Furies, Scrappers, and Highland Park Crushers all have 53 wins.
Oh wow. Man, what am I at now?
You have 48. You're tied with Ape in fourth. Both of you have 48, and
See,
then
I
C-Town has 47.
well, yeah. Here's the perfect thing. I'm looking at last 28 days, and in Shoals, I have 32.25
That's
over the last 28 days.
crazy.
And then it goes 27 to Tom, 25 to you, 20.5 to Mike, and 20.25 to Zach.
Wow.
So, I've got 12 more than Zach over the last 28 days. But then when I go to wins, I've taken it's the exact opposite for me. Over the last 28 days, holy shitballs. Zach has 19 wins over
What?
28 days. Yeah.
What?
19. You're at 17. Highland's at 15. Rick's at 13. Mike's at 13. Hunter's at 13. Chris is at 10. Eddie's at 10. Tom is at 10. And I'm last with 8.
Oh my God! No wonder Baseball Furies is tied with 53 wins. What a great month!
19 wins in 28 days is crazy.
That is crazy. Absolutely. And they're, of course, as we said, in first place with 77 points. So I still think anything can happen in this league. We had some big trades. And, as we brought up, almost every team has made a trade. I think 7 out of 10 teams have made trades. And we brought up
That's pretty
before.
awesome.
That is awesome. We brought this up before that if I was possibly maybe some teams, I'd be looking to trade some high salary guy to get somebody for the future.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. And I know Eddie has some big name guys who could be traded. So we'll see if any more trades will be made. We love this league because it's with our friends, and I'm still in the running, and you're kind of still in the running. You're still in the running, right? You feel good?
Yeah, of course.
Of course. Yeah, if you're top
I
five.
mean, what's the running? Making the money? Then hell yeah, I'm in the running.
Well, absolutely. If it's just making the money, but I mean, listen, you're only 13 and a half points behind Zach, so you're in the running for first place still.
Hmm. Okay. Sure.
You're like, sure, you say so. I'm down
I'll take
today.
it.
Yeah, I'll take it. No, I'm taking this year. I'm going to win this season. It's been since 2017, almost 10 years. So I'm going to win this league somehow, only if Baseball Fury stops getting so many batting points. I'm Dead Dave. That's Steve Romano. Thanks for listening. DraftMasters Podcast. Cheers.
Have a good one.